Hello, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. The name of the podcast is Podcast of the Culture. Now, we're going to explain you the culture of Turkey, how they consist. We're going to discuss it with our own opinions on the main topics that we have, and then we're going to explain the Mexican culture, and finally, we're going to tell you about the importance of the cultural awareness in our society. First, we're going to start with Ari. Ari, can you tell us about your opinions that you have of the culture of Turkey?
My opinions of Turkey are that it's a culture full of history and full of cultures. Also, some of the values that I have about Turkey is that they are really hospitality people. They are really generous. Also, they have a really strong feel of nationalism, and they are really proud of the Ottoman history, and they have a lot of honor that is determined by their personal actions as well as the behavior of those that are associated.
Okay, Ari, now that you finished that your opinion, choose the next person that wants you to expose their opinion.
Leo.
Okay, Leo, tell us about your own opinion about the Turkish culture.
Okay, my opinion is that is a very interesting country for for its culture and religion to know more about this country. For example, the values. The values in Turkey are very important because they help us realize what the country is like, and it is the idea of what it is culture is like.
Okay, Leo, that's a very interesting opinion that you have. Can you tell us who's next? Who do you want that it tells all the group their own opinion?
Aurora.
Okay, Aurora, give
Well,
us your opinion.
yeah. After all of these projects, my opinion is that Turkey has like a lot of has a lot of traditions and values and lifestyle. And while religion and tradition are important, Turks also maintain modernity, innovation, and cultural exchange. Yeah, it has influence from both east and west sides. So, yeah, I think like Turkish people like are really hospitality, and I love like the reunions that they had with the tea. So yeah, I think like it's very interesting.
Okay, thank you, Aurora. That's a very interesting opinion that you have. And talking about the hospitality and all that, the worldview that the all people have about Turkey, I think that Turkey is a very fun and interesting country by the research I have done because they they seem very unique people with their religion, but also with the respect that they give to every single person. But also, now talking about the religions, I think that in my own opinion, a very important and proudest thing about Turkish people, they are very proud of themselves and their religion, but they also know how to respect another type of religions. Also, they are very uh, well-known people of because they can manage different languages, like their own language, but also two or three foreign languages. The main characteristics are uh, Hispanic, Latin derivated languages and English. Okay, now I think that it's time for the questions. I I want that you tell me how do you feel right now about how do you feeling how was your feeling during the investigation at the beginning, and what are your thoughts about the investigation at the end? I think that we can start with Aurora. Aurora, tell us about your experience.
Well, I used to didn't know like a lot about this culture. Like I have like an idea that it was very conservative and very like, well, not bad people, but I didn't like feel that we could connect, especially from the news for the women that fight for their rights. So like searching and knowing like, yeah, like understand like I kinda like close myself, and with this project like it helped me like open myself and appreciate the other culture, and yeah, just wanting to know more.
Yeah, I see that. I see that it's very that you have changed like the mentality and you really try to know the country and I seen on your face that you like it, Turkey. Okay, Aurora, tell us who's next. Who do you want to tell us their first experience by learning about Turkey and the last by ending this research? Who do you want?
Ari.
Ari, come on, Ari, tell us.
Well, I think that Turkey, as I said in the beginning of the podcast, is a place full of history, and the citizens are full of all the values that I've mentioned. They are really generous, and they really have a lot of hospitality with citizens of their country and foreigners. And also part of the assumptions that I had were because of the people that are close to me and for the people who told me their experiences during their stay in Turkey, and also on the things that I read on articles, news, and on the series that I see of the Turkish side.
Okay, Ari, that's a very interesting opinion that you have, and we appreciate that you share us your learnings. Okay, Ari, who do you want that it will be next? It can be Leo or me.
You.
Okay, thank you. Well, at the beginning, I think that it was I know a little bit about Turkey. I didn't have all the information that I have now, but I think that mainly it will be one of the on the countries that I have on my bucket list to visit now. And I see that it's very a unique country and it's an unique culture. And finally, Leo, tell us about your opinions about these two questions that I have made.
Okay, Turkey is a country that has many things to talk about. For example, its lifestyle. The people are very welcome and very respectful. So the people are very interesting and very friendly according to their culture.
That's a very good opinion, Leo. Thank you by sharing your thoughts. Okay, team. Now that we close the section about speaking of Turkey, now we're heading to our own culture, our own country, Mexico. We all know that in Mexico, the stereotype that mainly they have, it's they think that we use sombreros, we are only on burros, it's only a desert, and all that stuff. But we know, and every single person that has come to Mexico, that is very different. It's a unique culture and very optimistic place. Okay, now, first of all, we're gonna start with the same dynamic that we do it on Turkey. Every single person is gonna explain their own opinion, and we're gonna try to discuss it and tell about everything. Okay, I think that we can start with Leo. Leo, you close. I think that you mainly will start. Tell us, what are your opinions on the topics that you made your research?
Okay, but my experience, Mexico is the country beautiful. And my experience and my family and me, I have a close friend who is a German. So I know him. He has always told that he sees Mexicans as a hardworking and cheerful people in everything we do.
Very good opinion, Leo, and I think that your German friend will always have a good images on Mexican people. Okay, Leo, same dynamic. Who's next? Who do you want that talks about Mexico now?
And Aurora,
Okay, Aurora, tell us about your research that you do from Mexico.
Well, I think like a lot of people have the stereotype that I don't know, we are poor or something, but actually in business, like we are very good. There are industries like automotive, farming, tourism, technology. The automotive industry especially has grown a lot and gets investment from companies all around the world. So this shows that we can grow and work with other countries. So I think like it's something like we should like all should know more. I think the automotive industry is so important right now. Like we have like a lot of I don't know companies that we work on. I don't know BMW also here in San Luis Potosí also. So yeah.
Yeah, that's very good. We also have a former member of the Forbes list that is Don Carlos Slim. He's a very important person on business. Okay, Aurora, same dynamic as Leo. Who's next?
You.
Okay, now we're gonna speak about the people in Mexico. The people in Mexico that are very, I don't know, very recognized. I think that we have very unique artists, politicians, sport people, and all that. The mainly that I found that are in artists, we found, I don't know, Frida Kahlo, Vicente Fernandez. They are like the two main. In politics, I think that we can find Enrique Peña Nieto, Cedillo, and in intellectuals, we found that are very important scientific people. They are, I have the names in here, that are Alfonso Garcia Robles and Luis Ernesto Miramontes. But also in sports, we found very big names as Sergio Checo Pérez, Saúl Canelo Álvarez, Rafael Márquez, and Hugo Sánchez. And I think that it's very important to always recognize that people. Well, now that we close with that, Ari, tell us something about Mexico.
Something that I want to share is about its historical side. One of them is the indigenous resistance that was while the Spanish people came here to conquest a major part of Mexico, and numerous groups of indigenous people were fiercely resisted resisted to the Spanish rule. The Porfiriato era was under the President Porfirio Diaz, and we saw rapid economic modernization and infrastructure development, and but also came to at the cost of social inequality and political representation. And another important thing is the student movement of 1968, that it was a movement that demanded democratic reforms that was tragically crushed by the government, but it still remains a powerful symbol of Mexico's ongoing struggle of social justice.
Well, thank you about that, Ari. And I think that we can start to close the topic. And I think that mainly we know that our culture is very rich, And as Mexicans, we need to share it with all people and always try to show the best face of our country. Now, by closing this, all of my partners and me, we discussed before this meeting that the mainly objective of this podcast is to always give the same respect that we want to receive as a country. So when you have the experience or the opportunity to know a person from another culture or a different country, always respect their cultures and help them. Well, with nothing to say anymore, someone have to say something to close? A different opinion? No? So, well, thank you for the attention. Thank you for everything. And see you and have a nice day. Bye.